Significant portion of the town of Oakville's trees are ash trees, and the emerald ash borer is an insect pest that severely affects the health of ash trees and results in the ultimate death of the trees if nothing is done to intervene. And what the town is doing is the town is treating their ash trees, or a number of their ash trees, with triazin, which is designed to protect the tree from the ultimate effects of the emerald ash borer.
I'm so thankful to the town that they've started with what seems like a fairly aggressive protection program for the trees that are here now, and hopefully we'll keep them going until something natural comes along and protects us from the emerald ash borer.
I've been a municipal urban forester for over 20 years, and I have never seen a threat to the urban forest like I do now with emerald ash borer. A threat to all the 177,000 ash trees in Oakville, a threat to people's property values, and ultimately a threat to potential property tax hikes to pay for the devastation that this insect can cause. And we're talking unprecedented magnitude here in the billions of dollars across the provinces that are affected by emerald ash borer. So I want people to be aware that the emerald ash borer is a new problem that they need to educate themselves about and take the problem seriously, particularly if they have ash trees. They need to take action, because guaranteed emerald ash borer will wipe out their ash trees unless they treat them. The town of Oakville has taken aggressive action to treat our own trees, selected number of trees on our property. This treatment program is effective. It will work. It needs to be maintained over 15 years, so it's not a one-shot option. But I need residents to understand that the Town of Oakville Council has taken a commitment to treat its trees, and we're hoping through our communications plan to encourage residents to do the same on their property.
Every time I hear of anything about emerald ash borer, I send off an email to as many members as I can, and to the board of the OHA in general, so that we can pass the word around. And education, as we all know, is half the battle to preventing this from carrying any further.
In the town of Oakville, they have a significant number of ash trees, and as you can see behind me, this street is lined with trees, and the majority of them are ash. They comprise a significant portion of the urban canopy in the town of Oakville. These were the first trees treated, and they were done in 2008. Okay. And as you can see, they still have relatively full canopies. I mean, some of them are exhibiting, minor deadwood, but considering the devastation that the emerald ash borer is capable of, these trees are in very good health compared to a tree that wouldn't have been treated, that would have succumbed to the effects.
It's kind of neat in that we have a tree helping a tree. The product triazin is actually derived from the seed kernels of the neem tree, which is a tropical tree. And this particular material has insecticidal activity. It kills a lot of nasty insects, fortunately including emerald ash borer. And it does it in a number of ways. It disrupts the normal development of the young larvae as they feed on the tree. And it also tends to reduce the number of eggs that are laid by the female adults, as well as the viability of those eggs. So with that combination, we are getting 2 years of protection with a single treatment, which is important when you're injecting trees and actually creating a small wound in order to get the material into the tree.
Bioforest has created a chart to tell us how many canisters we need for the injection site. So first we measure the tree, and then we go back to the chart, and if it's a 30 centimeter diameter, then we just look over in the chart and it tells you how many injections to do and how much product to use.
Davey tree is here today saving this tree from emerald ash borer. They're giving it 2 full years of protection by treating the tree with a product called triazin. Triazin is contained in each of these canisters. And what happens when these canisters get inserted into the tree? Well, you have to understand a little bit about tree biology. If you consider just underneath the bark of a tree, there is the conductive tissue in a tree, and it's like our veins and arteries in the human body. Just underneath the bark, which is equivalent to our skin, are things called phloem and xylem tubes. And these are tubes that run up the tree. And so when the nozzle goes inside the tree and releases the chemical into the xylem and phloem cells, they take that product up to the canopy of the tree. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours to get up into the crown of the tree, and the product stays there for about 21 days. And during that period of time, it provides a protection against emerald ash borer. One, if there's any insect in the tree, it will either kill them or sterilize them. And if there's any insects feeding on the leaves of the tree, it'll minimize that feeding on the leaves. So in other words, it provides an all-round buffer or shield, if you will, for up to 2 years against the insect.
This is your nozzle here. This is the part that goes into the tree, and you tap that in the tree and it has a little pin here, and that will pressurize the canister once you put it on. It just goes in like that, and then it just pushes in and the product will go in the tree.
I think it's potentially leading at this point. It's not waiting for things to happen. The town forestry group is very proactively taking steps now to minimize the impacts in the long term. So it's been very proactive, and that makes it easier as a pest manager. Often we're called in after the damage is done, and when it's really too late to do very much. It's nice to be in on the bottom floor and deal with it early.
Well, I mean, I became an arborist because I know the importance of trees, and particularly trees in the urban area and urban environments, and I'm just glad to be a part of being able to protect such a significant portion of the trees in Oakville.
I would hate to see something happen to my tree. I am ecstatic and will do anything that we're asked to try and help it stay alive and keep our beautiful trees on our street as healthy as possible. We all benefit from that.